Internet, good morning. Daybreak 748 coming back at you guys with yet again another figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the long-awaited Emilia from REZERO. Now this, I gotta say, has been on my bucket list of figures that I've wanted Figma to pump out ever since the REZERO anime hit. I just fell in love with all the characters. As you guys know, Rem is my waifu. She is #1 girl in that particular anime, but Emilia is not bad. She is definitely a close second for sure, but Rem all the way. But anyways, ever since we've gotten Rem and Ram, I've always wanted the entire cast. Emilia being one of them, Puck obviously being another, and I would love to get my hands on a Subaru/Beatrix and just the rest of the gang. Figma, not really known to complete lines, but hey, one can hope. But here we go. At least we got one of the other main girls in the series, and it is none other than the beautiful Emilia. So with that said, first things first, we have this nice artwork of the actual figure on the actual box. She is product number 419. There's a lot of different shots in the back that you can get her in, so that's kind of nice. Love that Figma gives you those options, because as a complete noob when it comes to figure displaying, like, I need this. This is one of those things that I always go to if I'm stuck with a pose. And then you have another beautiful artwork right here. So moving this off to the side now, let's move into the actual figure itself. So what do you get straight out of the packaging? Well, you get the beautiful Figma goodie bag, which is always nice. You get the standard rack of hands. Now for Emilia here, she only has the 2 closed fist or 2 open palm hands that comes on her, and then you get 2 whatever wielding hands. I mean, she really doesn't need anything, but whatever. You have that. You have closed fisted hands, and then you have this one, which is actually a very special hand that will allow you to utilize this. I don't know if it's just some magic effect piece. I think she uses like ice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. And then you could just literally peg it in just like that, and bam, that looks pretty freaking sexy. Love it. I love the ice effect that they used. The translucent blue plastic looks spot on. Now do be careful, these pieces are kind of on the sharp side, so you definitely don't want to be pricking your finger while putting this in. So keep that in mind. So that's a nice little effect piece. We get the standard rack of hands. We get the standard spare joint, just in case you snap off a peg. They provide you an extra one just to be on the safe side. And then let's move on. Puck being another accessory. I'll take him off the stand as soon as I'm done reviewing Emilia here, but the other face, I guess, accessories that come with this particular figure would be this face sculpt right here. I love it. My dumb camera is not really doing this, I guess, this face sculpt any justice right here, because that looks beautiful. It has the nice purple hue in Emilia's eyes with that cold blue, I guess, center. It just looks so spot on. This is her kind of yelling and upset face. You then get, obviously, a smiling Emilia head sculpt right here. So that's pretty nice. And then I guess the other accessories that do come with her are her robe, or I don't know what you call this, but her poncho looking thing, and her little hat piece, or the hood piece. The front hair piece is actually sculpted onto the front piece, and I'll show that to you in a little bit, but that's pretty cool. The way she comes out of the package, she has her standard long hair. So for those of you guys who are worried that you couldn't get her in this pose, or you're like, how in the hell did the hair go in here? Well, mystery solved. You get 2 separate heads, so you could have her one displayed with her hair nicely flowing like this, and then the other one where she's kind of hidden in that robe. And then obviously her arms. Now you might be like, Daybreak, how the hell are her arms hidden in there? Well, they're not really hidden. We pull them off, literally. Like, yeah, there's no arms on her at all at this point in time, and I'll show that off in a little bit. But you can figure all that out by just looking at the instruction manual. The instruction manual isn't in both English and in Japanese, so it'll literally showcase everything. So make sure you read this before you handle the actual figure. Alright, so I'm going to take her off the stand, and I'm going to take Puck off the stand as well. And let's take a closer look at Puck, because he is my man, Puck. He is freaking amazing. Now, for such a small, tiny accessory, I mean, he doesn't really have any articulation in the legs, and he comes in this cross-hand pose or cross-arm pose. But my God, they've done a very nice job. The head is actually on a little ball, so you can have him tilt his head like this, but that's pretty much all you get. Like the swivel itself, I don't want to push it because it's such a small accessory, and I'm worried that you will damage it. But for the most part, this looks spot on. Now, he does come with his little earring thing right there, nicely painted. I mean, for such a small accessory, the paint is just spot on, at least with my particular version. The tail can swivel, so that's nice, and then you have that gaping hole in the back for you to be able to peg Puck into the stand, so he's floating right behind Emilia, just like he normally does. Alright, so now moving on to Emilia, the main event. Now, I gotta say, when I first took her out of the box, I was really worried because this color scheme is very difficult in some aspects. Why? Because you trying to use, like, for example, any other type color plastic and then try to put white on top of it and then have it match like the other parts, it's very difficult to do. But for this particular figure, I think they nailed it. It looks spot on. Now, you will have some gappage issues, like for example, you can kind of see my hand in the back here, and it's because I'm making her look downwards. If you move her head up, it will cover it, no problem. But in certain angles, you will have that gappage issue occurring, which is understandable. It's fine. But all in all, I mean, first, let's just talk about the paint. The paint looks spot on. For example, like I said, my particular figure came out pretty clean. The purples are nicely lined where they should be. They're not really smudged anywhere. No major paint complaints. I mean, I have one little ding that I saw right down here. You guys can't probably even see it because it's that minuscule, but for the most part, my God, Figma has done a very amazing job with this particular character. Alright, so first thing is first, I can't really show off any of her other, I guess, the body or anything like that, because what is this called? Why am I drawing a blank? Anyways, her cape thing yeah, is in the way. So let's first showcase just that. So to get this piece off, you need to pull off the existing head. Now, I want to just show off the head first so you can see it. The head will come off like this, bam. And then as you can see, that hair piece is already molded into the front of the hood, so you won't need to worry about that. The head, you easily just pull it off and you can put in any other existing head or face plate. So that's pretty cool. I'll move this off to the side. And then, obviously, you pull off the actual piece. Now, like I said, in order for this to go in here, you need to take off the arms. If you don't, these pieces right here will get in the way. So keep that in mind. Now, something to note about this particular piece, be very careful, guys. This piece is glued on to this piece right here, and with a little bit of nudging, you can definitely rip that, and that is not meant to open, from what I can tell. So be very careful. But this is how it's molded, so you can clearly see this piece right here is supposed to represent this piece right here. So it looks like her arms are actually there, but they really are not. But then again, this is just spot on. Looks awesome. All right, so moving on to our body here, and I'll put on the other pieces once I'm done, but bear with me here. I mean, look at that paint work. Her gem right there looks absolutely gorgeous. The line work on the white here, right here, right here on her ruffles, on her skirt, even on her, I guess, boots slash stockings. I mean, they look absolutely gorgeous. I have very little complaint here. Like, you would think Figma would mess something up, but hey, I can't really see much, at least not on my copy. So obviously things can change depending on, like, if you're just not lucky. But I think I got pretty freaking lucky. And you know what? I think Figma will do this figure justice because of how popular this character is. But there you have it. Articulation, the head, well, there is no head, so let's put on a head. I'm gonna actually put on her main hairpiece. Now, actually, before we talk about articulation, I didn't showcase this that much, so there you go. The hair is actually on a joint here, so you can maneuver it back and forth. The front hairpiece is very brittle, or not brittle, but it's movable, so that's nice. Just do be careful because I could definitely see this thing snapping. And something to note, this piece right here, the little rose or the flower piece right here, be very careful. Don't put any pressure here because that can definitely snap. Now, something to note, maybe with the paint that I don't remember, I have to rewatch REZERO, but was this supposed to be white? Because if it wasn't, then that's something that they butchered. But other than that, I mean, this figure is pretty spot on. All right, so let's put on the head and then we'll talk about articulation. So bear with me. Boom, that's simple. We're gonna put on just her normal face for now because unfortunately she has to go back into her prison once I'm done with this because my room is still not set up. So to put the head back on, just line up this peg right here, and then just push it in. It's that simple. There you go. Pretty darn simple. Head's back on. Her arms, very simple as well. Just maneuver her head so that her ribbon piece isn't in the way. And we're gonna just slide this one back in as well. Boom, just like that. Pretty simple. Same thing applies with this arm. We're gonna just slide it right back in. There you go. Now, do be careful. I could definitely see those pegs kind of getting worn out if you keep pulling the arms on and off, etc. So get Emilia here in a pose that you like and just keep her in that pose. You can change it once in a blue moon, but if you are constantly doing it, I can definitely see that thing just wearing on you. Anyways, so let's talk about articulation. Like I said, the hair has a little swivel built in right here. The head can look all the way down without her hood. Can look not too far up. It does have that little like shifting motion here, but it's not going to give you too much. She can pivot and tilt her head. Her arms can go out that far, can fully rotate, so that's nice. There is a bicep swivel right here. Figma jointed elbows right here. This piece, it looks kind of ugly, to be honest, but it's not bad. Her arms or hands are kind of limited because of the way this piece is sculpted, but hey, I think that's pretty good. When it comes to her upper diaphragm, you can maneuver it all around. Now do be careful. I could definitely see paint starting to smear if you are too rough with this, and I think they do tell you something about the paint in the instruction manual, so just make sure you watch out for that. When it comes to her legs, unfortunately, she can only go out this far. Thigh cut built in, Figma jointed knees right there. The feet can go down, can go up, and you can swivel it side to side. So there you have it. That is Emilia from REZERO, and she is, once again, second best girl, but I know for a lot of people she could definitely be main girl. But for me, I will have to consider her second best. I know I'm gonna get some heat for that, but whatever. It's my channel, so I can say what I want. But there you go. And then if you want puck here, something to note, this piece right here, this also is included, so keep that in mind. It's kind of tight when you get it out of the packaging. Don't hold here because you can definitely snap it. Hold it from the base here and pivot. It will eventually give. If you feel like you're breaking it, just give it some time, work with it. Hot water might loosen up the joint a little bit. Same thing applies with this. When you first get it out, at least for me, this peg hole is too small for this peg. So I had to loosen it up with hot water, and then it was able to go in. Now, yeah, I might need to use, well, it went in, so I'll leave it like that. But it is kind of on the difficult side if you have a problem like I did. So there you have it. That was my review on Emilia-tan. And once again, I think Figma did a great job with this particular this particular figure. She looks great. Now I wish I could do a comparison with Rem and Ram, but unfortunately they're in their boxes right now and I have no idea where they're at. So once I do a room tour, you will be able to see a better picture with the three girls. And so there you have it. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to stop by and watch this video. If you like what you saw, leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions or concerns about this particular figure, please leave it in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then with that said, this is Daybreak 748 and I'm signing out. Peace.